We're live, okay. This is a special call meeting for presentation of the animal shelter status as far as where the drawings are at right now. So we'll go ahead and get this meeting called to order. And it's 5 o'clock, actually it's 5:02. And this is August the 26th. And we have two guests here. One is the animal shelter who runs it, and the other one is Scott St. John. So this is all we have on the agenda, but we're going to go ahead and we've got the roll call has been taken. We need to approve the previous minutes before that should be in your thing.
Thanks, sir.
The only thing I saw that needed to be updated was the request to install the flag retirement receptacles on the front. It is completed. That needs to show completed, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I saw that need to be changed on it. So I'm gonna put on here completed and to modify those minutes. If that's good with you all.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Motion made to approve the modified minutes. Need a second?
I'll have to abstain. I wasn't here.
Okay. I will second it then. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is that you, Dean? Not me, wasn't it? Okay. Okay, need approval for the agenda. And all we have on the agenda tonight is the animal shelter. That's all we're gonna be discussing.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. We don't have any public comments, I don't think, do we? Okay, Scott, you're up. 'Cause this is what we wanted to come do, is review these. Get us a little further down the road. Or closer.
Closer.
Thank you. Greg, have you seen any of it lately? Okay. We haven't cut any of the footage out. I'm pretty sure we're staying with the same footprint, pretty much. They're just getting closer to getting the bid documents ready for us to go. Okay.
Yeah, so it's, we call it 95% check set, but it's pretty well complete. There are a few items, again, that we're still doing the last bit of coordination, but Aaron was out of town this week, and he has, though, finished his architectural. The structural is complete. Y'all have not seen some of the structural today. Mechanical, plumbing, electrical set is in. We like just a little bit more on the electrical power plan, but all site lighting is in. All the civil, of course, we had already received planning commission approval on the civil set. So it's, as Terry mentioned, it's still sitting at 5,882 square feet, so no footage has been cut out of it. Life safety plan, you can kind of see the overall. We're still setting at 30 interior kennels, and then you have the 30 exterior dog runs. And y'all have seen some of the elevation views in the past that we kind of tweaked along the way. But it, again, is pre-engineered metal building, front canopy, the elevation views. If you recall, at one point, the front canopy had them answered and all of that kind of got taken off and getting back kind of in a cost-saving measure to a standard 212 roof line, 212 front canopy. There is pretty much brick on front and sides. Then you pick up into the masonry that creates the kennels. So from about the back office area, it's all masonry, but from the front, it's all brick. And windows, kind of same as we had. We do not have a lot of dollars in windows, door systems. It's pretty straightforward on that. You've got the coiling door on the very back that rolls into the storage building.
Is that an insulated door? Are we gonna insulate this door?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That, let's go back to the floor plan.
Is it on that door schedule? Maybe not.
D, insulated overhead
Okay, good.
window. So, Craig, I know you've seen the floor plan in the back area. This kind of fills in with structural, so all the CMU walls are now shown. On the interior, the dividers are 4-inch CMU. On the outside, it's 6-inch CMU, and then pretty much every structural is 8-inch CMU. So all that kind of got filled in, and we can look at the structural as we get in. All the equipment layouts shown on architectural. And the front office area, architectural with equipment layout has all been completed. We'll get into in a minute the mechanical, but the main DOAS system is
Has to
sitting
sit in
right
that area.
here. Right, we had to shift some parking from the exhaust and intake standpoint to get away from vehicle exhaust. We can get to a finished schedule, but everything is pretty well concrete throughout. There is, in certain areas here, there is LVT, and then there's floor tile in the restroom area. We'll see that on the finished schedule. But beyond that, it's pretty well plain Jane finished concrete
Okay.
throughout. So I can step through unless, Carrie, you're wanting to see and study as we go, or
How y'all want to do it?
I know you've seen it a number of
Oh,
times.
yeah,
You just
I have.
haven't. And Terry for
I'm
sure
kind
has.
of been privileged to see it a little bit more, but
Um, So a lot of the wall sections with the interior partitions, footing details, you'll see in structural, all of that gets laid out in the sections. Again, on finished schedule, this is where I was saying this is the LVT flooring in the meet and greet and lobby, tile in the restrooms.
is this ceramic tile?
It's a ceramic
Okay.
tile, yes. Yeah, and then the interior sealed concrete, exterior concrete sealed on the outside. One item I had down is structural had, for some reason, he has 8-inch concrete slab thickness in the kennel area. Which seems-
Are all those floors, are they sloped to drains?
They are,
Mhm.
yes, yeah, and you will see that on the plumbing plan here in a minute. So, I taught him, he has all 4-inch on the office area, but he has some 8-inch, and it seems awful thick, so we'll talk through that.
Yeah, we can talk and see what's up with that.
Yeah, and some of that is, in the CMU area, but 6-inch maximum to me.
Yeah, I
but,
would understand it right across this line right here.
Yeah. And
But
will,
that's, you know, cause that's,
yeah, this is
okay.
an item to look at, but, back area pretty well all sealed concrete throughout, so nothing high dollar on that floor system. Craig, you slow me down if I'm moving too fast. Cabinet schedules, and a lot of that interior floor area in the rear as well as in the front office area. So we get into structural. I won't get a lot of the details, but you can see all this wall details, reinforcing footing, foundation. I think he has a slab
Okay.
section that you'll start seeing these floor slab thicknesses, but you can see on some of the main frames where you have
Mm-hmm.
clear span, you know, we're six and a half, 16
16
by
inches.
16 inches.
Okay.
So, kind of what you'd expect. Nothing super large, but yeah, clearly that's clear span. It is a 12-foot eave height, so again, pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Nothing high ceiling, nothing that would take a lot of heating and cooling on.
Okay.
But, so that's masonry levels, 6-inch CMU. I'll hit the floor slab, but anyway, he's got 4-inch on the front.
So we have a L angle, is that an angle right there?
Yes, so
You know,
that's,
going across, tying these together, is that what that's doing?
I think that is, so, yeah, I'll have to look and see a section in a minute, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's, I guess, what he has for a lintel there, and it's making me question, does he have CMU
Okay.
on that run?
Okay.
I'm thinking clearly he
Yeah, well, it
does.
says right here, 4-inch CMU at the interior kennel walls. Okay. all right.
Braced at
Just wanna
top,
see-
so
yeah,
that's probably
bracing.
just a bracing, cause that
That's what I think
wouldn't,
it is.
yeah, wouldn't be CMU, otherwise he would have the symbol.
Okay. Okay.
So footing details, it still hadn't hit me. 4-inch, 8-inch. So that's where I'm seeing at some of the interior and exterior kennels that I'll talk to the structural, see if we can reduce that to 6 at least.
Yeah, I don't need to park a semi in there.
I know, yeah, and of course, there's thickened floor slabs.
Right, I
Under the
understand that part, yeah.
CMU, so, you know, we can get less than 6 throughout
Mhm.
this.
So was that detail back there? Which fold was that?
So, yes,
Yes, sir, yeah, that's it.
yeah, so he's got 8 exterior and 8 interior.
Did he just do that in this section? Or is that in all the way down through there?
Let's look at one, that's 3.4. So you see the 8-inch slab thickness as compared to the 4, so I think across the whole thing, he has an 8-inch slab, so.
I don't think we need that thick.
I don't think we do either, so.
See if we can get that trimmed
Yeah,
down.
it'd be different if he didn't have
If it-
thickened slab
We don't
sections
care,
under.
you know, if we had elephants in there, but I'm hoping you don't have a bunch of elephants in this.
Yeah, so again, you can see thickened footings under
Mhm.
walls, so,
Was that just on
he's-
the edges around like the edge where he hit that thick?
I think it's where he has the CMU walls and he's not done a thickened footing, so he's
Oh,
just
he's making the whole thing just
uniformly
flat.
making it inches.
Yeah, I understand what you're doing.
So, yeah, now that I see that.
I see it,
it's-
yeah.
They do that like on the edges, like on monolithic poles,
Well,
right?
because you're dealing with a bunch of dividing, how wide's a kennel?
6 foot.
6 feet?
Oh, you're talking about deep?
No,
Yeah.
width,
Yeah, width.
across.
Is 4.
Huh? They're 4 foot, right?
Yes.
That's exactly why it's doing it, because you're not, you dig out and you make a deep, thickened slab underneath every one of your kennel walls. You might as well make it all one thickness,
Yeah.
and that's what he's done.
That's what it's done.
So, but check and see if we can maybe go to 6. That'd be the only difference.
Right. Cause you can see he's thickened, he's got a turn down on the perimeter, but then he's got a 12-inch under that interior wall, so.
So how many square feet's it back? How many square, did he just do it down that line right there?
Yes.
From here to there?
Well, no, I mean, he's thickened other areas,
Oh, he
8-inch
has.
thick concrete slab, 8-inch thick concrete slab at all kennels. So, he must be less, he must be 4 in these other areas.
All this is going up on top of the
Non-
gravel slab that's there now, right?
Yeah, non-kennel areas, 4-inch.
Yeah.
So he's 4-inch in all those areas, with the exception of under the CMU kennels and in these areas. So, not as bad as. what
I mean, square footage wise, 2 inches of concrete, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not, if we're worried about it cracking, and I don't want it to crack, all the pieces.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
yeah.
just check with them
Yeah,
and make sure.
we'll check with him. So pedestals, so the pre-engineered metal building footings are
Mhm.
all raised up 8 inches to get out of the wet area. And then they're wrapped with CMU, so they should be high and dry. On the office area, they're not. They are
Right, that's fine.
flush. Yeah,
Mhm.
so just in that back.
Okay?
So kind of moving into mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a front office system that's a split unit, condenser air handler.
Mhm.
So it's serving all the front. So it's heated, cooled. The rear system, and I'll kind of preface this, Terry and I talked middle of the week with Brett Cook, had a powwow, talked through the options related to mechanical systems. I brought that email, Terry, if we need to talk through it with the group here.
Go ahead and talk with them.
Yeah.
I wanna go ahead and get them on board.
Okay.
Where they know what we've been talking about on
Yeah,
it.
so the options are the DOAS system, which has a lot of exhaust features, it's air turnover for the animal shelter kennel area. And, it is a higher dollar unit, it's heat and cool. So Brett Cook, the mechanical designer, came back and before he finished this design, wanted to touch base and make sure that he was headed in the right direction. So we talked through with Terry some other options. First option still is providing cooling and heating in the back. It gets away from the DOAS system, but it has a lot of, for the exhaust standpoint, a lot of air intake, a lot of exhaust. So we're running the unit more to make up that air that we're exhausting out to create that air change. And that becomes a very close trade-off with a DOAS system versus running that unit, the non-DOAS more. So we kind of decided the best option would be to base our main design around the DOAS system. And then if y'all wanted to look at an alternate, a deductive alternate, we could. The other two options really provide no cooling in the back, so they are heat only. So, you know, that's the big difference in the type of unit. I know we've discussed along the way that y'all want to cool the back, but it does, of course, come at an additional cost.
We need it cooled, don't we?
Everybody else is anymore. It's,
I know.
it's pretty rough where we're at right now.
I'm telling you, I'm worried about not doing that. If we don't, and something happens, we're all gonna hear it.
What wouldn't the price difference be? Just,
Well, until we get it out to bid, we won't know.
Just
Totally.
guesstimate.
You got a guesstimate?
I don't, but I just know that Brett said you're gonna make it up in utility cost.
Yeah.
Is the thing that
Yeah.
we had that
That's one of the
discussion
reasons
as
why we
well.
went with this one. You know, it might be a little higher on the front end, but it's cheaper to run over the long over the long span.
You know, we can try and get a rough cost number
Yeah.
for you as far as the difference in the unit.
Yeah, because right now this is not ready for yet. You know, it's getting closer to getting ready to put it out.
the longevity part would be better if it was
Yeah.
right, you know?
Yeah,
And then again, you know, if we wanted to put in a deductive alternate for the first option, we could and get that number in the bids. So. But yeah, we're like Craig. I mean, everyone you see, it's cool.
Yep.
It needs to be. So that's some of the decision making, I guess, along the way that we had discussion on. But Craig, do you have any questions on that? Yeah. I know it definitely comes down to cost. So,
that's the rear
yeah,
ductwork.
yeah, so, you know, your
Mm-hmm.
exterior ones are not cooled at all. This, you know, becomes the heat cool envelope from interior kennels inward. So, all that's pretty straightforward. You know, it is natural gas. Terry, if you need to know tonnage and all, and we can get in here.
And sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
I can look at all that.
Plumbing, you know, the plumbing part's straightforward in the front. It's the back portion that becomes,
We're feeding it with a 2-inch water main, right?
we
Okay.
are,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the back portion that has the trench drains
Mhm.
and the flushing equipment and all of that we've maintained all along the way. So you've got your stainless trench and your flushing system in all of those trenches is what has stayed in. So quite a bit of cost in that, but I know that's pretty well what we're seeing in the industry and
Well,
what,
it's key for sanitation
Yeah.
and smell also.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't clean that properly over time, it's gonna be
Bad.
unbearable.
yeah.
And you got people, you know, volunteers and everything else, it's gonna be too much for them.
I do know Brett said, you know, we're in the 200 to 250,000 on these units, on the plumbing itself. So yeah, they come at a cost. Terry, you got the eye for the plumbing, much better
I've
than
got
me.
you. I'm with
We
you.
good? Okay.
Yep.
Just I know it's pretty
No,
straightforward.
we're still
so-
carrying it back here, right?
We
though?
are,
Okay.
yes.
I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, it's all going out.
And I did talk with the mayor about that, about septic system, if we have to do that, yes.
Okay. I think I'll be on the next sheet. So, yeah, we're taking
Mhm.
out the
Yeah.
back and that matches the civil.
Okay.
Okay.
I read prints upside down as it is already, by the way.
I'm sure you can read them inside and out. So, you know, LED lighting, so
Mhm.
that's all your lighting plan. Pretty straightforward these days with LEDs.
Got wall packs there.
Wall packs, yeah, we'll see in a second.
Was there wall packs in the front section or just back here in this back? You can see it on the front right there. Oh, yeah, they're there.
Okay,
There, and there. Okay, at the door. Yeah, I'm good.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, one of my questions to you, Terry, is we are also showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Pole lights.
pole lights
Mhm.
exterior. And with that wall packs, I
This
know
is
it-
our drive-through part,
it's right
Okay,
here.
right
Yeah,
here.
this is the playground.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need light here for sure, that's fine, that's fine. What about over here?
I guess he's saying it's narrow enough, those wall packs,
There'll be plenty of light off them,
Yeah.
for sure.
but not in the back of the,
Yeah, that's getting, because of the distance, is getting out
Yeah.
too far.
so,
I'm good with that.
so if
What kind of poles are we going with here? Do you know? Are they a 4 inch square pole?
4 square,
Okay,
25
footers,
foot,
okay.
yeah, 11 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
So I know
Okay.
we're in a little bit of money there, you probably got a much better feel dollar-wise, but, that may be something that has to go, if anything has to go, but, probably needed back in the back of the yard area.
I think for sure back here.
The main side, you know, the stray side, that's where we're gonna be unloading. If anything happens at night, that'd be the key area.
Yeah,
Here in the back, right?
Yeah.
in the very
agree.
back, okay. Yeah. So, I'm seeing his numbers probably don't include the wall packs. So you're getting a little bit of light still
Mhm.
off the poles here, but he has the wall packs there as well.
Did we have them on the very back?
I think so.
I think we did, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Maybe
so-
at this drawing, right, yeah, he has one here and one, yeah, he's got them there.
yeah.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna get back to the part I skipped. On the civil side, not much has changed. We had this parking flipped
Over
over
on that
here,
side, that's
but
fine.
the DOAS unit needed some more
More
space,
yeah.
so we just flipped them over.
You
And,
okay with that, aren't you?
So, we still have the access to the red building here. Front spaces, we have a total of 8. The 4 equals 12 total. So, of course, I imagine employees would probably
Yeah,
park
we'll bring it
back.
out of the way somewhere.
Yeah. One handicap. But, you got other areas up there you can park. Detention, trying to stay off of TDOT
Mhm.
up here. And, but, we had plenty of room. So you've got
So this isn't draining into here?
this drains off,
So there,
drains,
and we catch there
here.
and it goes through here and then
yeah,
it's
this,
the main ditch line here.
the same
And this one
thing.
does the same thing, okay.
Right.
Good.
So,
You got any questions so far? You good, Tina, so
I'm
far?
good.
Okay, we're still with you.
still good, okay. So, yeah, Craig, I guess, here's your sidewalk in. So this is not pulled immediately adjacent to the building.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the fence
Mm-hmm.
line here, all that kind of playground open area.
It's open all the way around though, it's not, is this fenced here?
No, it's
On each
fenced
side of the sidewalk, or is it still, okay, it's still going
straight
around?
across,
Okay.
and then it comes and
Yeah.
ties into the building up here.
Okay. You good?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, at one point, if you remember, we shifted the building over to be able to widen these out and get some more open area. But you've got, 41 feet bare of grass area. So again, since we probably all met, we've had meetings with, on the utilities, on the force main to the back,
Mhm.
Tom Rice. He was
He's good.
very open with it. And so that would pump and tie into the existing manhole here on the back side of the jail is where we're going. And we changed that to a 3 and then changed to a 2, but not showing any other stubs.
Okay. We can always deal with that later.
Yeah, I think the nervousness became if we started
I know it.
showing stub outs for future,
Yeah.
it's better just to do that in the future. Site utilities, I'll check, make sure I'm coordinating with plumbing on 1.5 or 2. So I think that's not right.
Not if we're gonna run a 2 in. Are we running a 2 in? I thought we were bringing a 2 in.
Yes, the plumbing shows 2, so we'll get it all matching on a 2.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna have to be, that can't be right for that. Surely not. They're not gonna tie 1 inch into the.
Right. So gas, underground electric, communication in, sewer out the back.
Okay.
Utilities. Pretty flat across on that sewer profile at the
Mhm.
back. Grading and drainage. Just, we have built up a little bit, but not too much. But definitely have pulled it up some
Mm-hmm.
to get proper drainage out.
Right. Yeah, because I don't want it to be too low.
Yeah. So we've got everything kind of split, draining
Right.
this side, draining to that side.
Okay.
Erosion control, area of disturbance, 4.3 acres. So we are getting the stormwater pollution prevention plan prepared, ready
Okay.
for, the mayor hasn't signed it. I'll have to check. You may have already signed it, and it may be into the state, but if not, it's ready to
Okay.
go. Erosion control, fencing details, just typical details. So with that, I'll flip back to the layout plan and see if there's any questions on the site. So a couple things that we talked about along the way is on deductive alternates. We talked about the DOAS system,
Mhm.
mechanical system, to putting in, what I'm hearing us say is we want cooling, so our only alternate would be regular conventional system that we talked about has more electric cost, has more maintenance associated with it, so we feel that they're pretty well equal, but yes, it would be on the front end a savings to not go with the DOAS. So if if y'all want us to put in a deductive alternate, we sure can.
I think we need to have it just so
Yeah.
everybody can discuss it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so
Yes.
too.
Reduce brick on the front to metal wall panel. So. I may say that is not an option, but on the front and side down to the back of the office, it is all brick at this point.
Thank you.
I think we'd leave it brick. I mean, I'm just saying that because of maintenance
Yeah.
issues, and, you know, even if we sit there and build up a brick up to the bottom of the windows, and you brought metal wall panel down to that,
Yeah, it
now
gets,
you've got a trim out problem, you have water,
and it gets dinged and danged and.
you know,
Okay.
I don't know that we need to,
After time, it looks bad.
yeah, I don't know that I don't think we wanna do that option at all.
Okay.
I'd like to keep it brick for maintenance reasons. I know, yeah, we're talking about, we may not even be talking $10,000 or 5,000. And, you know, washing, you know, pushing one thing one way and the other as far as brick and wall, you're gonna have it covered somewhere. And brick is gonna be the less maintenance issue.
Yeah.
Are you all right? You understand what I'm talking about?
I do see that Aaron, on the back portion, on the exterior, he has CMU and then he
He did
has
that, yeah.
wall sheeting.
Yeah, he did that part.
So
That's
metal wall
fine.
sheeting, so,
And that I had no problem with.
yeah,
But I'd like to keep that front
yeah,
this way.
okay. So we talked briefly on the, exterior light poles. I didn't catch all the wall
Do we
packs.
wanna put we gonna have to have light in the back of that thing. The only option you would have would be to cut them down to just putting the two in the back, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And deleting the
that's-
other ones, but I just don't, yeah,
Yeah, you know, that adds up.
it does. You know,
What's-
you take three
what's
grand
that?
here and 3 grand here.
What's the distance from that building back to that back parking area, distance-wise?
It's,
I should be able to tell you, but,
I know, I should be able to too, but I can't remember it offhand. Too many things.
Can you not go with something bigger on the building, going out that way?
Well, your issue is the height. If you know, even if you went with something bigger, you're gonna have to have it where it blows out further. But when it does that, you need the height to get it to do that.
Get the distance out
Yeah.
there.
Right, Scott?
yeah, it's about 75 feet from wall to back. So,
That's probably a lot of cost, like Scott said, getting back there with the poles, right?
Let's do them as alternate,
okay,
okay?
okay.
And then we'll know. I mean, all we gotta do is say, hey, it's an alternate. We can either say we are gonna do them or we're not gonna do them.
As far as it's been there after dark, it's just gonna be if we're on a call or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
All we're needing is
And those wall packs on the outside of the building will be a bunch of
Right.
light. It's not like you're
What's,
gonna,
what's the height, what was the height of that building?
12
The building.
12 on your sidewalls, is that correct?
In the eve height, the 12, and then it's a 212.
So your lights would be at what height? 12? I mean,
No,
10?
they'll be probably around 14. Well, it depends on how far
like
in
on
off the
s-
sides are.
Yeah, so if it's a 12 eve, on some sides,
Your
about
sides will
10
be lower.
foot, yeah, but around the back.
On the back could be a little higher. You understand?
yeah, I got you.
That's what I was thinking in the
Alright,
back
so
part.
we got 2 packs on the back.
Yeah.
Can we not add a third one because he said it's gonna be dark. They're not gonna be in the gravel because they're gonna pull around here to unload the dogs. So would an extra pack make a difference?
Probably.
Above the overhead door?
Yeah, so you're seeing the 2 walk backs just at the doors, so
Here and here.
if you put, yeah, maybe one here. No, you got the roll-up door, it's a coiling door, so maybe there is room above that.
How tall was that door, you remember? Offhand?
I don't remember,
I
was
don't
it
remember.
10?
I thought it was 10. So you'll have plenty of room up above it.
But that's a good idea, cause to
That's
try
where he
and
needs the
get a
most light,
higher
is that right now,
wattage
Greg?
out,
In
yeah.
the back?
Yep.
So,
That
yeah.
And, well, by the front door on this side over here, that's 'cause that's gonna be a dog entrance, and then potentially in the back back
That's,
there.
I think
Those,
those are the front
will those gonna be,
sections.
will those be switch lights or
We're
they
talking
come
about
on?
here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those be switch lights or will they just come on when it gets dark?
Photo cell, I believe that's right, Ed.
Yes, he had them.
This will probably be our main, most used entrance for the dogs to go in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, okay. How far is it from this out to the driveway, you know, Scott?
It was about 20 feet. So
That ought to be sufficient enough, shouldn't it?
definitely.
Yeah. I think you'll have plenty of light right there. The back is what I worry about too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's got,
You got one sitting there and one right there, so.
and I'll ask Brett, you know, maybe he cranks the wattage up on
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
that, so, okay.
Yeah, what is that at? The D2? Where's the
Lighting schedule, I think, is.
forward or backwards?
Let's get backwards.
See what a D2 is. Where's the D?
I do not have it on yet.
That might be a sheet to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be a sheet. It ain't
Yeah.
coming.
Okay, so we want to,
Up
Do-
that one right there, maybe.
yeah,
And 3 on the back.
okay. Do we wanna do that as the base design and do an add alternate on the exterior light post?
Yes.
Okay,
Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah.
and not a deductive alternate?
Right.
The other way around, we'll do
Right.
an add alternate, okay. So, next item I had was, and we may have already talked about this, do you do some asphalt
Asphalt, yeah,
pavement
from here to
to
here,
there?
for right now. As an alternate. Okay, a deductive alternate.
And then, can we get away with any less than 56 feet? And I know we're starting to talk small stuff, so it may not be worth it. You may value engineer or something like that.
How many
into-
employees and volunteers do you have at one time?
There's 4 of us now, but volunteer wise, don't know until we get there on that.
That's why we have this for gravel parking, right? Hmm.
I think that's storing some equipment,
And yeah.
materials.
You wanting to know whether we can shorten this up? Know what you're
Yeah.
asking me, right?
You're right, it's just, you know, do we put half of it in, do we shorten it up, do we,
That's 56 feet right there.
it's 56, yes, from back of fence. Again, we're
How much
starting to
equipment
talk
do y'all
small.
have?
I know, we are.
I mean, equipment wise, we just got our traps and stuff of that nature, but
You gonna store them in here though? Maybe.
Probably, if we, yeah.
So this would just be for the trucks y'all drive and then employees.
More or less.
Y'all got two.
Can we
two
cut that
trucks
down
over
to
there?
20 feet?
Y'all got two trucks?
We got three now.
Okay.
I know that's a small thing, but
Can
cut
we
it
not
down
do
to 20.
30 and do alternate for 20? See where we're at.
Do it however you want.
Shouldn't need but 20 feet there to park. You know, deep, I'm talking about from the edge of the driveway.
Right from here.
Yeah, from there that way.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the driveway. Driveway, you're gonna have to have it, it's, you know,
What's the
Yeah,
length of a pickup truck?
It's
I mean, it's
20-something foot.
parking stall is typically 18
mhm.
to 20.
Yeah, I think it's plenty.
Leave the drive, I think you leave the drive and take off 20 feet of the back. So that's just, you know, as an option.
Okay.
We are talking about this
Yep.
right here being asphalt.
Well, right now, we're talking about it in the base bid, it'll be asphalt. We have an option to take it out. Just right across this point right here, over to that concrete pad right
Yeah.
there.
And
To
that would
make
be-
it a gravel drive.
And that'll be fine. The only thing is it would be nice if we had a slab, cause our food comes in on a semi and it's on a pallet, have to have a pallet jack and
Yeah,
roll it in.
you're gonna have to have an entryway to that back door, right? Or is that, well, we only have that as a back door, we don't have it to the
Which
overhead door.
I mean, I guess yeah, that's wide enough, it'll be all right.
So do you think you would bring him around this way, nose him up, unload off the back into an area, and do you do a concrete pad at a minimum there that you,
Just something, cause I know over there where we're at now, that thing gets hung in the gravel sometimes, and
yeah,
then we're unloading 30, 50-pound bags by hand. And if it starts to rain, then we're kind of in a,
Were you thinking a pad then, right there at the sidewalk
I
area?
guess I'm hearing if we take the deductive alternate and we change this to
To gravel.
then do we need?
He
to
needs
do
something there.
I just know now he does get stuck with that thing
Yeah.
sometimes, and wherever the truck drops it, that's where it's at.
Well, a 12-foot pad out and just get, so the truck can back up and you get your pallet
Yeah,
jack out there, right? I mean, that ain't much.
Can you put that in that as part of
I
that?
can word it in
Yeah.
there, yeah.
If they elect to take out the asphalt, you must put in a pad 12 foot by 16.
Okay. All right.
That'd give you room to turn your pallet jack around if you had to.
Greg, you good?
Now we start getting into some harder things. So, and these are things that I've come up with, and some of them we've come up with and discussed along the way, but we've got a lot of masonry block walls.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we all know makes it durable. But this is adding up in cost, no doubt. So, you know, we've got all of the kennels, out of CMU.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all may say it's not an option to bid that any other way, but is there another alternate? I know we.
Talking about for the divider walls
Yeah, for
between
the
the
dividers, just
Have you seen
to-
what Matt Mendel's doing?
and a lot of these walls as well, is there any other, all of these are masonry walls here, so. I'm gonna get to it.
Do the interior, do those walls in that section right there need to be masonry?
They're gonna get sprayed every
Oh, that's
single
right,
day.
they are.
Yeah. And our chemicals are caustic or damaging the metals.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen what Matt Memble's doing on the highway? Their kennel? Their animal shelter? Scott,
I'm sorry.
have you seen what Matt Memble's doing?
No, I hadn't seen McMillan's.
They have that, Superior Wall.
Okay, okay. For all of these dividing walls.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be expensive.
I would think so too. Would it be more than,
Well, we could look and like, I don't know how you would break it down, the price per wall, and then go look at like the stainless that Tullahoma just installed, if they're, that's, you know, made by the same company that's gonna be making the doors, you know.
And I know this is a factor, but I guess I was looking at a lot of this, and it all does add in. So yes, if there's, and we've talked along the way, yeah, mason products and so forth, they're divider walls, but we just ended up with a lot of masonry.
And I know Tullahoma, they did the stainless inside, that's because they couldn't do the block, they were wanting the block also. It's just, it's the way to go as far, cause this gets sprayed down 7 days a week. You
I
know,
think
it's,
that one in McMillan, it's like pre-cast concrete.
Yeah.
on the side,
Superior walls.
the new one, that's Superior Wall. Yeah, it's precast.
So, even like on the exterior runs, which I don't know if you view these as overflow, if you ever get full, or if you truly view these as a run, as you let the dog out and
yeah, we
get some
we
exercise.
view, in a pinch, I mean, we can close that door, put one, but it's very, very temporary.
yeah,
Cause you start running into issues, the dog outside, you've gotta put a dog house inside there,
Yeah.
then you start running into sanitation issues, and it's,
so it's, yeah, so I guess I didn't know if chain link out on these exterior ones might be an option, but I'm hearing you say, yeah, it's more about letting the dogs out to let them get some exercise.
in the
and-
chain link like we got now, it's, you're constantly repairing, you can't contain, if a dog gets sick, you can't contain it from the other ones, and they
Yeah.
fight between the chain link too.
Yeah,
So you've gotta, you totally have to rethink the way everything
Yeah.
works.
yeah, so do you alternate, letting them out, but I know all that gets into time and operation issues.
How tall are those walls?
They are 8 foot in height. I'll have to dig to find that, but, yeah, around 8. There's wall sections. I'll be able to tell you better than I am, but I'm not seeing it off the top. I see the door had 7 4s, so 6 or 8. If I had a scale on me, I could tell you, but I don't.
Wasn't it on one of the wasn't it one of the, details?
So, looking at the elevation here, I'm gonna say he's at 10? No,
Hmm.
cause 12 is there, so it looks like 8. But I'll get you an answer.
Okay, so my question is, if we did brick halfway and chain link the other half, would that still separate the dogs from being contaminating each other?
It would. You just, still over time, you're gonna have to eventually look at replacing.
I just don't think it would get it damaged as bad as it being on the bottom where the dogs
No, it won't
do
be
and
as
stuff
bad,
like
but-
that.
The chemicals are still gonna eventually get to it. Like everything over here right now, the bottoms is rusted out of everything.
So it's a very durable design, of course, with all the concrete CMU stainless trenches. It's just, is there any way to reduce it? Because the next item I'm bringing up is reducing the total square footage, dropping some phase lines in, and really trying to reduce the cost.
Mm-hmm.
And I know none of us wanna have to do that, but, so, is there, Craig, in your mind, is there any logical phasing of this back area?
My only thing is the amount of runs we got right now is less than we probably need from the get-go. So if we eliminated anything, we'd have to start eliminating rooms off of this thing.
Okay, reduce frontage, you're
Mhm.
saying?
Cause right now, I couldn't move from where I'm at into this building
Given the
with the
number of
amount of runs
kennels
that we've got right now. We'd have to look at putting kennels outside and everything right now at this point.
How many you have right now?
That building's built for 22 and we've got 40 plus over there right now.
Yeah, so of course, just dropping an easy phase line is probably more difficult in the front than it
Right.
would be in the back.
I mean, we would just
but,
have to
but I
eliminate,
understand, yeah.
eliminate rooms is what we'd have to do.
Yeah.
But then we're gonna go back to like what Tullahoma's got, which is an obsolete building. Everybody's moving out of that style building
Mhm.
and moving towards, exam rooms and
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing we're looking at is, as far as cutting and reducing is if we can afford it, If we can
Right.
afford it, it's all good,
Right.
right? Terry?
Mm-hmm.
So we always have the process on the back end with a low bidder, to value engineer, to ask for items that they see are possible reductions. But I just kind of led you down a value engineering process, more or less, on looking at certain items. So, yeah. The hard one is cutting square footage. But of course, that's where you get your bang for your buck, so, or major reductions. So I'll implement these add and deductive alternates then into
Mhm.
the bid form.
Okay.
And we'll, make some changes to what we have here. We'll wrap it up, get the bid package ready to go,
Take a look at it again.
let y'all put one last look. I
Okay.
know Stephanie usually, which we are already coordinating with her on bid package as far as having all the county
Hmm.
and so we'll be working with her, but y'all will see the final product.
So reality is about, what, you thinking 30-something days or maybe a little bit more?
I wouldn't say more, no. I think
Somewhere
you're-
around 30?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Until we get it out there, we're not gonna know the total cost.
Yeah.
We got ideas, but we don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all.
Things have and things are changing all the time right
Things
now.
are changing. All right, we'll wrap it up.
And it's definitely not going to the better.
No,
No,
it's worse.
It's the worse.
Worse.
Yeah, yeah, everything we're seeing.
All right.
Do y'all wanna hold on to this?
I think we
Mayor?
do,
Yeah.
because I think, I'll show it to everybody again on our, September 5th
Yeah.
meeting. And, just kind of walk everybody through it then, again, one more time,
Sounds good.
okay? And then, if we got any more changes on it, we'll let you know too.
Yeah,
So,
thanks for your time.
well, no, thank you for meeting with us.
So in 30 days, we're gonna pretty much know where we're at.
Yeah, we'll have a package ready to go out, and, unless y'all have and want to go through it closely again.
That's a possibility, right, Terry?
Yeah.
Cause I know there's some missing here tonight. so-
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to have us a full group one time for sure. Just gotta get them all together.
In 30 days, we'll know where we're at.
Yep.
All right.
All right, that's
Thank
all of our, that's all the old business that we have for tonight. We have no new business set, up on the agenda, so just need to set the date and time for our next meeting, which is on September the 5th at 4 o'clock.
Thursday, right, so
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday in 2 weeks, we're basically, right?
Yep.
4 o'clock, everybody good, except for
Yep.
Tina? Tina won't be here, she's gonna be on vacation. But that'll let us also look at this one more time, too.
Yep.
And then we should have some, after that, we'll have final. All right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to adjourn it.
motion been made to adjourn,
I'll second it.
seconded, all in favor say aye.
Uh,
Aye. Motion approved.